All right, let's dive into one of the coolest and honestly most practical parts of JavaScript. We're talking about its secret built-in toolkits. You know all those little bits of magic you see on websites every single day? Well, this is how they happen. And believe me, it's way simpler than you might think. I mean, think about it for a sec. When a website instantly adds up your shopping cart, or tidies up your username, or shows that live countdown, it happens in a blink. That's not some kind of dark magic, it's just really smart code using powerful tools that are already baked right into the JavaScript language. So what's the secret sauce here? Well, it's a collection of things called JavaScript objects. And the best way to wrap your head around them is to think of them like a digital toolbox. You're not going to build a house with just a hammer, are you? Of course not. You need different tools for different jobs. And that's exactly what JavaScript does. It hands developers a whole set of these specialized tools, ready to go right out of the box. Okay, so let's grab our first tool from the box. Imagine you need to do some serious number crunching on your website. Instead of building a whole calculator from scratch, which would be a huge pain, JavaScript just hands you one. It's called the math object. So let's say you're building something and you need a math answer, like right now. For example, what's the square root of 900? You definitely don't want to waste time writing a long, complicated function just for that one little thing. And guess what? You don't have to. The solution is this simple. You just call the math object's square root method, that's what SQRT is short for, and you give it the number. That's it. One clean, simple line of code. And boom, instantly you've got your answer. It's incredibly powerful, it's super efficient, and it saves the developer a massive amount of time. And this is a perfect example of the power of this toolbox. The math object isn't just for square roots. No way. It can find absolute values, it can round numbers up or down, it can handle trigonometry. It's basically a full-blown scientific calculator ready to go at a moment's notice. So what's the big takeaway? The math object is your on-demand calculator for pretty much any numerical task you can dream up. All right, let's put that tool back and grab the next one. Because, websites aren't just about numbers. They are full of text. And for that, we've got the wordsmith of our toolbox, the string object. Now, when a programmer talks about a string, they're really just talking about text. Simple as that. A username, a sentence, a whole paragraph. If it's a sequence of characters, we call it a string. And the string object is designed specifically to chop up and change that text in all sorts of useful ways. One of the most common jobs is just changing the case. Imagine a user types their email with random capitalization all over the place. A developer can just use the lowercase method to instantly fix it, making sure everything works smoothly behind the scenes. Or they can use uppercase to make a headline really stand out. And here's what that actually looks like in a browser. You can see the original messy text, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, is instantly converted into these nice, clean lowercase and uppercase versions. It's simple, it's clean, and it's incredibly useful. Okay, but what if you need to do something a little more complex? Like, what if a user gives you their full name, say Jane Doe, but you only need her first name, Jane? You've got to have a way to break that text apart. Well, the string object has a fantastic tool for that called split. You just start with your full sentence, then you tell the split method what character to use as the cutter. In this case, it's a space. And just like that, it hands you back each word as a separate little item in a list. This is an absolute game changer. It's how websites can greet you by your first name or how a search engine can analyze every single word in your search query. The string object is really the key to managing, cleaning up, and understanding any piece of text a user throws at you. Okay, so we've handled numbers and we've handled words. What about time? That's a big one. For that, we pull out the timekeeper of our toolbox, the date object. This is the engine behind every single countdown timer, every posted 5 minutes ago timestamp, and every calendar feature you've ever seen online. It is, for all intents and purposes, JavaScript's own internal clock. What's really cool here is the sheer level of detail you can get. With just a few simple commands, you can pull out the current day, the month, the year, the hour, minute, second. You can even get the millisecond. It is incredibly precise. But here is a super important pro tip. In a lot of programming languages, JavaScript included, counting starts at 0. So when you ask the date object for the month, January isn't 1, it's 0. February is 1, and December, yep, it's 11. It's a classic stumbling block that gets everyone at some point. But the key takeaway is simple. The date object is your precision timekeeper. You just got to remember to start counting months from 0. Okay, so we've got our calculator, our wordsmith, and our timekeeper. Fantastic. But right now, these tools are all working behind the scenes, kind of in the dark. So how do we get their results out onto the actual web page for people to see?
Well, we need one final, absolutely crucial piece to connect everything. We need some kind of bridge to get from our JavaScript logic over to the visual website itself.
And that bridge is called the document object. The document object literally represents the entire web page you're looking at. Think of it as the director on a film set, telling everything on the screen where to go and what to display. So here's how it all comes together. A developer calculates the square root of 900 using the math object. They get the number 30. Then they use a command from the document object to say, hey, find the spot on the page with this specific ID, which is like a unique street address for that element, and put the number 30 right there. That is how all that behind-the-scenes work finally becomes visible to you and me.
You know, we've only peeked at a few of the tools in the JavaScript toolbox. There are dozens more for handling lists of data, user clicks, animations, so much more. This really just scratches the surface. It kind of makes you wonder, if this is what's possible with just the basics, what could you build with the entire workshop?